Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Poor range. Poor range. I turned the music down already.
Ball saver.
The thing was, the music was crazy loud when you first turned this on, so I turned the music down before I started the stream up. Oh my god. You gotta get warmed up a little bit. I think I did a stream with this game a couple of years ago. I did a bunch of these pinball games. I think this was included. This isn't a really bad game. It's pretty decent for, what is it, $3. I don't know what I have as far as... I know I have a few of the trophies for the game. I don't think I'm close to having a platinum for it. I don't think I've got a score yet for it, that a high type score, so we'll see, right? I haven't seen no leaderboard or nothing.
Ball saver.
Oh, you got this damn off. Okay. Let me go back to the... Oh, here we go. Ranking. Let's go. Okay, well, none of my friends have the game, so I'm number one. I'm number one with my friends. Okay, so... let's see. $218,000. So this Joker's got 20 million. Okay, Biscuit Bandit over there. 20,320,000. And the top dude has 47,416,059. Holy cow, 47 million. I only got 218,000. Holy tamale. Wow, I wonder how in the heck he pulled that off. 47 million? Wow. He has to have some kind of trick. There has to be some kind of way he stuck the... I mean, I can't imagine scoring 47 million on this thing. Yeah, right. I'll bet. No way. No way, Jose. Well, everybody, we had like a blizzard today. Oh God, this has been a bad winter, man. I'm telling you, this has been a terrible winter. Anyway, so it was total crap. Ivy was supposed to come over and help me lug all these bikes over to the garage where I shoot the videos. I got 4 new bikes in. They're all sitting in box, but now, I mean, the way this weather's looking this week, I wanted to shoot a video yesterday, at least get them out of the box and get something going, but God, you can't do that when there's some kind of blizzard going on. I mean, you just, nothing you can do, you know. I mean, 2 of the bikes, they don't want me to do anything until March 1st anyway, so that's a good thing. But one of them, they were expecting me to do something over the weekend, but I can't do anything. Did you? 8.5 inches of rain, oh God. Nothing happened to your house, did it? So, and then this week, 3 days, it's going to be down in single digits. So, you know, there ain't nothing happening with, you know, riding bicycles in, there ain't no riding bicycles in single digits. I remember that one time when I made that video, it was right after I started getting into the electric bikes, you know. I went out, took a ride, it was 26 degrees. Yeah, never do that again. And then I made a video, actually it was 30 degrees on the Jetson. But the Jetson don't go that fast, you know. So it really wasn't bad. We're in the hills. Okay, good. I know you moved a couple of years ago, right? Didn't you move from Illinois down south somewhere? I think you were living in Illinois. I think. I'm not sure. I think you were, though. And then you were moving down south or something. Okay. See, I'm old, but I still can remember some things. I'll tell you what, though, I'll be honest with you guys, I think my days of working, either, it just, you know, I'm 67 years old now, and it just, wow, it's just getting hard for me to, I think it really has something to do with this cold weather, to be honest. I think maybe next year, I mean, I'm only working part-time, but it's just getting hard, man. I mean, I'm working in 3 days a week, and just, it's not the getting up, or anything like that. Oh, I got 2 million that time. Let me check my ranking now. Yeah. Oh, you lasted way longer than me. So you lasted till you were 67. You did the 67 thing. I had 65. So, yeah, it's just getting hard, man. Just getting hard. I think next year, I'm doing 3 days a week right now. I think next year I'm going to not work at all in January and February, because these days, I mean, what I do, 68, okay, my math is off, I'm kind of sleepy actually, so, but, so, I'm thinking maybe next year, yes, Eric, I'm live, so I think next year, I'm going to not work at all in January and February. So, because working in the winter, it's hard. I mean, it's hard for the work I do. It's hard to deal with this shit in the winter. I mean, I'm basically on my hands and knees all day. It's hard on my legs. It's hard on my knees. I gotta constantly put these knee pads on and off, or use these pads, you know, you throw them on the ground, and you're crawling around, and it just, yeah. So, like tomorrow I have to go to somebody's house and fix their oven, and then I, you know, because even though I did the apartment thing all these years, I'm working for this plumber, but he owns tons of apartment buildings, so he uses me to go do this crap that the plumbing guys can't do, like fix appliances and do all that crap. That way he don't have to call, you know, appliance repairmen to do that kind of crap. He can just call me and have me go do it. So I'm going to go fix some guy's stove. And then he's renovating a building. So the carpenter was in there the other day and did all the trim. So now I have to go and do all the, you know, fill all the holes and caulk all the trim in. So, you know, that's on my hands and knees all day, crawling around in a big-ass giant apartment. You know, it's like some kind of 1,500 square feet or some crap, you know. Yeah, it's just hard. So I think next winter, January and February, I'm not going to work at all. So I'll just work once this weather breaks. I mean, I don't know how it was in New York, Eric, this year. The winter here has been really, really bad. Really, a lot of snow and a lot of cold. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I had that. I have that too. We had a lot of snow and it's been really cold, you know. So, yeah, right. Yeah, don't they have luminous? Don't they have you do siding, right? Don't they have siding like in North Carolina or something? Can't you haul ass down to North Carolina and do some siding down there? Pack up the kids and move to Beverly. Yeah, so wow. It's just really hard to. It's really hard to get your body going when you're this age in this cold. Eric, you'll find this out here in a few years. Yeah, the older you get, the harder these bones start aching, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it gets harder. So, I think next year I'm going to take off January and February. Oh, man. This is what makes me think so hard for this guy to have gotten that score, because this octopus that's constantly nagging at you down here and constantly knocking your ball out. And I think I put the price in the description here for this game. I think 2 million was my high score. Tennessee? No, Tennessee's real nice. Real nice. Beautiful. It's a beautiful state, Tennessee. My dad was from there. I lived down there in Savannah. I don't know if you know where that is. I lived in Savannah, Tennessee for a few years. My dad's family's from there. Tennessee is so nice. Such a lot of nice areas down there. And it's really grown up since when I lived down there. I mean, when I lived down there, it was, you know, nothing but hillbillies and shit. So that was in 1970, I don't know, 73 maybe, 72. Yeah, something like that. It's nothing like modern. It's way more modern now. Maybe that's how the guy got the 40-something million by hooking ball stuck up there. But yeah, so wow. So I got 4 bike videos I gotta make, and then of course I had a couple companies contact me the other day. I mean, this is the time of the year where they start sending these bikes out. So I got 4 of them in last week, or within the last 2 weeks. And now last year I didn't do that many last year because I was concentrating more on the motorcycle thing, you know, which I'm still doing, you know, because I just got that new bike, so still sitting up at the dealer. I didn't pick it up yet, but yeah, so I'm going to be doing a lot more of the motorcycle thing, but I got the bigger bike so I can go better places, you know. They're not just a little 150cc thing. This is a 650, you know, highway worthy, so I can go out and go some places. Now I have a couple of companies talking to me about that new V-copter, the Mini. You guys know that I have that V-copter, which I love the hell out of that thing. I still have it. You know, I got rid of a lot of my drones. I kept all my minis. So I didn't get rid of my minis. But I was really not happy with all of these rules that came down the pike, you know, with the FAA and all this mumbo jumbo, you know, with all this. I can't even remember what the heck the names of this stuff is. You know, these little modules you have to put on your drone if it's over, you know, so many, if it's over the 249 grams, you have to add that little, I don't know, it's not called Real ID, but it's something ID, you know. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing all this crap. So I kept all my minis, my Mini 3 Pro, my awesome Evo Pro Mini, and my Femi Mini, my Hubson Minis, the good one. I kept all those, and I kept the V-copter and my Inspire. But I sold off, like my Phantom 4 Pro and my Mavic Air 2, my Mavic Air 2S, all of that stuff that was over that limit, I sold off. And I still have the Inspire. I don't know if I have the heart to get rid of that Inspire. I love the hell out of that damn thing. So I may just keep that for the heck of it, but all the other ones I got rid of. Oh, I got 4 million, almost 5 million of that. That's what it is, Tommy, remote ID. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that, you know. And I mean, what's good about where I live in Pennsylvania? There's not a lot of Karens here. This is not a big Karen area. Not like, you know, some areas where you get all these Karens always bugging the hell out of you. And plus, you know, I can just go back to those places I used to go if I want. I can go back up. You remember when I used to go up to those lakes, Lake Donegal and, you know, Lake Somerset and up to Beaver and fly on the river. And there's nobody there. You know, you're flying over a lake. You know, there's not even any people there. So, oh yeah, I got about 5 of them. I'll get a hold of you about that later down the road here once the weather breaks. But I might want to sell one of my regular minis. That little regular mini, it's still great, man. I mean, it's still fantastic. What I do is I have all these drones. You have to do the battery maintenance. You can't just go, okay, well, I'm not gonna fly any drones for the next 2 years, and just leave them down there in the cases. You got to go down there every 3 months and do this battery maintenance on these things, or these batteries will never charge again. You know, so I'll sit there and go down there usually every 3 months. I go down there and charge them up, and then go down there and fly them in the house, down in the basement. You know, fly each one of them just to keep the juices of the batteries going. So I haven't lost any drones yet because of failure to maintain the battery. So all my stuff still works, and DJI and, you know, Autel, they're really good at their built-in battery maintenance. So you don't have to worry so much about the Autels and the DJI. They do it, but you still have to go there and charge them, you know, because the DJI drones, if you go a couple of years without charging them, they won't charge again. If you let them go below the first light, a lot of times if it's down to the first light, or you go plug the charger in, if you see and the charger starts and the first light flashes pretty fast, it's not charging. You know, yeah, Eric, it does suck, and that's why I got rid of a lot of those drones. Not only was it the remote ID, it was that, you know, constantly going on. I mean, that Phantom 4, I mean, I loved the hell out of it, but, you know, it had 3 big batteries. You know, I had to charge them, discharge them, you know, all this crap. It's just a pain in the ass, you know. It's just a pain in the ass. So, you know, when you have too many drones like I did, I'm going to fly a lot more this year because I've weeded out all the drones I don't want. And I'm going to go back to those places. I was talking to Ron Brown about this 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go back to those places I used to go to in the summer, the lakes and the reservoirs and all that, and fly those minis up in there. You know, so, but those big drones were just getting to be a pain in the ass to take care of all that stuff, you know. And then you got the battery maintenance on the bikes, you know, so you got to deal with that also. So that's just another issue I was dealing with, was battery maintenance for them things. So you got to do that, because I had a couple bikes, my own fault. I completely forgot, because 2 years ago, it was the second year I was into the bikes. I must have just hit a nerve or something on some of these people, you know, these bike companies, because I got like 14 bikes in a period of 2 months. I think I had 8 of them at my apartment when I used to live in that apartment. I had 8 of them piled up in the apartment that were never even opened yet at one time. So I just got a lot of bikes at that time. So there was a couple of them I just couldn't keep up with the maintenance, and the batteries went bad. And actually, you know, I sold all of my bikes, all my electric bikes except one, and now I just got these 4 in. Yeah, you know, Tommy, I had all of those scooters, man. I made $14,000 that year selling all of those bikes and scooters. I had 2 or 3, you know, $1,600, $1,700 scooters. You know, I got $1,000 for them things. You get a scooter in, make a video, it was $1,500, $1,600 scooter. You can turn around and sell that thing for $1,000 after you make 2 or 3 videos on it, and then dump it. You know, there's no way you can keep all of that stuff, you know. But anyway, so I had a couple of bikes that the batteries, I got stranded. I actually made videos. I haven't actually released these videos yet. The videos are like 2 years old, but I still have the videos unmade. You know, because I keep a lot of videos that I, like in a queue, you know. And so if I want to take 6 months off of making videos, I can, and that way I can just draw off of that queue. It usually has 100 videos in it, you know. But yeah, but those bikes, I didn't maintain the batteries, and the batteries went bad, and I just gave the bikes away to people. And I told them, I said, here, this bike, the battery will only last you for 10 miles. You know, I'm not charging you for the bike, but I'm just letting you know you can ride the bike for 10 miles, and then it's going to crap out. Because what I learned from doing these bike videos is these bike batteries are all made with those little 18 650s or whatever. They're all made with those little batteries. You know, they're about that big around, and they stuff like 100 of them in this container. Well, here's the problem that I found out about this stuff, these batteries. If one of those batteries in that cell that's packed with, you know, 50 of those little 18650 batteries, if one of those batteries go bad, once the discharge hits that cell, the battery stops. It's not like you're going to drain the batteries and it's going to hop over the bad battery. No, it doesn't do that. It just stops. It just kills right there. Boom. Now, I had a bike that I gave to some kid that I know. I'm not going to mention the bike because I haven't released the video yet. But the bike had like a 25 mile, I think it was a 25 mile range. I had ridden the bike a bunch of times and got 20 miles on it. You know, I made videos. Great bike, man. I love this bike. And then it got caught up in the, you know, too many bikes thing. And I didn't do the battery maintenance on it. And then the next spring came, I said, oh, I'm going to take this sucker to the trail. I went out 12 miles on the trail and the battery took a shit. Okay? So, guess what I had to do, right? I had to walk back. And let me tell you, these electric bikes, they pedal like shit. Okay? They do not pedal well. Very few of them pedal good. Try to ride one of these electric bikes with no power for 12 miles. Okay, it's especially for somebody that's 66 years old. Okay, that adds that to it also, you know. So not only do you have that, then you have that on top of it. You know, it's not like I'm 30 years old. So I had to go, yeah. It was absolutely horrible. Oh, I could, you know what, you guys, I know you guys. It was that Ancheer 20. Really nice bike, man. I love that bike. But that battery took a crap. And believe me, I tried everything to figure out what was wrong with it. And that's when I discovered, you know, by doing all this searching around and Googling and all that when one of them cells goes in the battery, once you hit that certain voltage, that's the end of it. You know, it won't. So I told this kid, I said, when he was going to use the bike at he had a Jetson. He had a Jetson Bowl Pro, and he wanted something a little bit bigger. He went to Indiana PA College, you know. And I told him, I said, Nate, now here's the deal. You can ride this bike, but every time just look at your trip odometer. I said, because when this thing hits about 10.4 miles, it's quitting. You know, it's at the end, it's stopping right there. So, as far as I know, he graduated college. As far as I know, he still has the bike. Because I actually worked for his dad's the one I worked for. And I see the dad every day. He never told me, oh, the bike quit on him, or, you know, he graduated school and went off to you know, do his job or whatever his career was going to be, safety management or something. But so then I had another bike that did the same thing, and I just gave it away and just told the person that one would go
Ball saver
about 12 miles. And then that was the end of it. It would just Just quit. That's what them electric bikes do. Once one of them cells and that battery goes bad, that's it. It'll ride to that spot and then it'll quit. And then after that happened, with that Ancheer 20, I never did another range test like that again. That was supposed to be the range test, I believe. What I was doing that day was the range test for that bike, and that's when it crapped out. Never again did I ever do another range test where I went out till the battery was halfway and then came back. Never again did I do that. Now, every video of range tests that I've done since that time was always 4 miles out, 4 miles back, 4 miles the other way, 4 miles. You can walk the 4 miles or pedal at the 4 miles, but you don't want to walk or pedal at the 12 miles, okay? Or whatever it would be. You know, if the bike has a 30-mile range and or a 40-mile range. Some of these bikes now I have the one that has the 80-mile range. I only got 50 out of it, but, supposedly it would do 80 miles if I went easy. I went into third gear. But there's no way that I would go, 25 miles out and go, oh, okay, I'll drive back now. There's no way in hell. I don't think I would ever do that, period. Because now, I'm just leery of getting stuck. So, yeah, that's not happening. So now when I do them range tests, it's always 4 miles out, 4 miles back. As a matter of fact, the other bike that the battery crapped on it was another range test on another bike. And that bike was a heck of a lot harder, but I didn't get caught out as far. I think I was only 5 miles. I was 7. That's it. I was 7 miles out. I posted that video, I think, already. I'm not sure. I might have. But I was 7 miles out, and that bike was for shit pedaling. Okay, it wasn't like the Ancheer. At least you could pedal it a little bit, But that one there, it was just because it was only a 16-inch bike, where the Ancheer 20 was a 20-inch bike, and it's a lot easier to pedal those. Those 16-inch and 14-inch bikes they pedal for crap, especially the 14-inch bikes. Oh my God, they're terrible. Okay, so I got what? My high score was 4 million. So that's as good as I'm ever going to get on this thing. That's my ceiling for this, because I haven't really... What, did I just get a big bonus there? There was this big sound effect there. I've never actually got it into whatever this thing is up there where you can... There's some more flippers up there. You see them up at the top of the screen? I've never got it to the top level. I don't even know where to shoot it to get it up there. That annoying ass octopus there. Oh, there it is. So it just finally went up there. I just said I never got it up there. There it went. It don't really do a whole lot. I guess you got to hit those. Oh, at least I got it to go off the ramp. Maybe I'll beat my high score here. Well, the shark ate the... No, it didn't. Yeah, right. I wish you could get rid of it. It's not bad for $2.99. It's not a bad game. Decent pinball game. Let me check my ranking before I leave. Yeah, I got 4,800,000. So yeah, that's not bad. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna talk to you later. I'm gonna go and grab a little something to eat, and then I might come back on later because I'm bored. It's Sunday night, blizzard, nothing happening. Football's over. Yeah, that turd last week, that Super Bowl. I only watched half of the game. I turned it off at halftime. Went back to watching YouTube. That's all I actually ever do. All right, Eric, Tommy, whoever else is there. We'll talk to you later.